Very good afternoon to everyone. On behalf of Deva Management, I am welcoming you all for this webinar, Low Cost Preservation of Drilling Rigs during Operation or Stacking. This will be the agenda for today. For the first 5 minutes we have taken for the registration, and the webinar will start with a HSE minute. Later I will run through about the presenter. Then we will be giving you introduction to the drilling rigs. Then we will be focusing on common corrosion areas in the drilling rigs. Then we can have a brief view about traditional solution and its limitations. Then our focus will be on low cost and technology advanced solutions. Then the integrated solutions for providing. Later we can run through a Q&A session for 25 minutes. And we will end up the session with the feedback session for 5 minutes. First thing first, HSE minute. Today we can see about lifting and hoisting. When we are working under any suspended object, we are not authorized to go under the suspended objects. And moreover, for all the lifting and hoisting equipments, it has to be tested and certified. We should use only the certified equipment before using, because the damages will be very high when we are not using a certified equipment. It's not only damage the equipment, it will make more damages to the assets as well. Then before lifting, we should have a broad view to ensure there is no manual access will be there to that area, especially if there is a suspended object or a moving object. We should not go below that suspended object. We should always obey to the signal person who is giving the signal, and everyone has the authority to stop the person who is going under the suspended object, because safety is everyone's responsibility. Let us focus on see about the presenter. The presenter for the today webinar is Mr. Sengoda Vasudevan, who is the Director of Deva Preservation Services Private Limited, which is located in Singapore, US and India. He has the wide range of 38 years of professional experience, in which the first 13 years he has a wide range of experience in nuclear equipment technology development and manufacturing. Later, he has 3 years of experience in infrastructure projects like water treatment and cement. And he is in the oil and gas industry for the past 22 years for offshore projects. And in the last 8 years, he is in preservation sector, and also he is developing a lot of new products and solutions for the oil and gas industry and marine industry. And now it's the time to hand over the session to the presenter.
Thank you very much, Mano. And now I'd like to share the screen. Yeah. And thanks for the introduction, Mano. And now, just before starting the discussion on the advanced technologies for the preservation of the drilling rigs, I'd like to indicate that if you'd like to raise any queries or the clarifications, kindly feel free to raise a hand so that the other panelists will be able to provide the interruption, and then we can attend to your queries in between during the webinar. And also there is a provision for typing your questions through the text type, and then this will be answered during the Q&A sessions. With this, we can move on to the brief, highlights of this drilling rig, and how the corrosion is a very critical and an important issue, and how to manage it. The whole process we would like to run through over the period of next 55 minutes. So as we know, the offshore drilling rigs are helped to drill the wells for the oil or the gas and the subsurface below the sea. And these are the high value assets which are costing hundreds of millions of dollars, and these are constantly exposed to the very challenging environment, which is both severe and corrosion. You know, the seawater marine environment with the high humidity and the salt in the air. Okay, also the other environmental factors like the high wind and other factors, all they are very severe on the drilling various structures and the equipments. And because of such a high value asset, it becomes a necessity for us, keep it in a good condition so that during its entire service life, we are able to spend minimum on the repair and the rectification cost. And as we all know, in the equipments or the structures in all those areas, the wear and tear is a more known and well-researched and documented phenomena, wherein we know what to be replaced when. After so many years of hours of the operations, bearings are to be replaced. After so much of the time, which parts are to be replaced for the wear and tear, that's well documented and recommended by the manufacturers. The area wherein we normally have the surprises and and shocks, I should say, which can lead to the sudden non-availability of either a equipment or a system is the corrosion. And as we know, the corrosion doesn't add value to the process, unlike wear and tear, wherein the asset was under productive use. The corrosion is an unproductive loss of the life of the asset, and as a result, this is to be something addressed and eliminated, okay, completely if possible. If not, should be managed so that during the entire service life of the rigs, there will not be any necessity to repair or rework any part of the equipment or the systems. Okay, this is our objectives. And in this the next few slides, we are going to see the generally the areas commonly we find corrosion on a drilling rig. Okay, the main thing first we would like to start on the structures. If you see, the paint failures and marine growth are major areas of concerns. Similarly, if you are talking about the tubular side, the pipings, you can say that seawater piping corrosion is one of the major issues, as also the stainless steel piping, carbon contamination and stress corrosions, and all the other carbon steel piping in the onboard the drilling rig are of a concern for the corrosion. That includes the potable, the drinking water system, wherein I visited some of the vessels wherein the water will be brown in the accommodation, which will be hard for the crew to take shower and also will affect the crew morality. And similarly, there are various equipments, like this is part of the drilling systems, the drilling equipments, and also there are power system equipments like the engine generators, and also the various tanks. Okay, these also have got the corrosion to various degree or a level. And one of the another area of keen interest is the warehouse or the stores wherein high value spares are stored on board the rig, and the usage of which is, many of the cases don't know when there will be a breakdown, the replacement kind of spares, and this could be there for number of years. And in this is one area wherein we have a significant corrosion issues, and as a result, wherein when the part is needed for use, some of the cases the part is not usable, and though we have to rush for the spot spares urgently. Similarly, there are other areas like the well control, the mud system, lifting equipments, lifeboats and the accommodation wherein these are the various locations, areas wherein we have the either a corrosion related issue or a asset deterioration issue like that of the mold and mildew development. And some of the pictures of the problem scene have been shared with the team. to have an idea of where such kind of the problems are seen on a drilling rig. Naturally, the tubulars or especially the ones made of the carbon or alloy steel have a significant corrosion issues. And as also some of the rotating equipments in the exposed to the weather elements, the traveling blocks, the tanks are one of the areas wherein we have a quite a significant corrosion problem we had observed on board. And similarly, the various the fasteners and the locking mechanisms on the deck and the outdoor areas. Then, as we had indicated, some of the spare storage and also the panels. Okay, and relatively in an operating rig, the corrosion inside the instrumentation area or the panels are very limited because they are operating powered up and also air conditioned. However, during the layup conditions, these are the some of the items which undergo the suffering or they suffer the corrosion related failures and cost quite significantly at the time of the reactivation. And this is an example of the seawater system piping corrosion. And this is an example of the potable water, the drinking water corrosion, what we had observed. Okay? And in addition to the corrosion related to the carbon steel or the stainless steel contamination and associated corrosion, we also have got currently the other problems which are impacting. One is the infected surface. Okay, this is the current, require a disinfection, especially with the, due to the COVID and its consequences, the necessity to protect our crew from the infected surface becomes set of a very important requirement. The next, moving to this, the mold and the fungus. These are basically the problems what we see significantly in the stacked vessels which are not either air conditioned or use the dehumidifiers. And in such conditions, we find the mold and fungus formation. And they're also in the other areas wherein because of the high humidity, then this problem is seen. Okay? Like this, our drilling rig is subjected to various types of the problems during its operating life, as also under the stacking conditions. For these type of problems, we have a traditional set of solutions for quite long, for decades. Okay, some such examples are shown here, where these are also the experiences what we had observed on board the various vessels, like motors, like tanks with the rust, the instruments, also the control valves, the wrappings, etc. Okay? And if you can see in all these photos, even though the client adopted the traditional method of preservation, still the corrosion occurred. And that is where we start to realize that we raise the question: in all the methods of the traditional preservation, despite spending the dollars for preservation, there is a need to do a repair and rework at some point of time. We won't say if you are preserving 100% of the items, 100 items, it's about 85% of the items, yes, you could manage without a repair or rework due to corrosion. But the balance about 15% of the items, we tend to have the repair and rework. This is mainly not because the client didn't do the preservation properly or they didn't follow the recommendations, but because these are the limitation of the technologies used. In the case of the traditional technologies, basically they are working on the principle to keep the oxygen and moisture out. Okay, for that they tend to cover the surface. Once the surface is covered, we cannot see what is happening on the surface, whether corrosion is happening or not. As a result, we are always able to, the traditional methods are able to focus on the actions only. What actions you can take? Apply grease, fill the nitrogen. Okay? Like this, it can check the actions, but is there a corrosion or not? It cannot be checked because the protected surface is not accessible for inspection unless you break the preservative protection. And also that is in turn leads to the absence of the way to monitor the results. So when we do the reactivation, when we want to use it, we remove the preservative, then we are surprised with the corrosion. And this is a bigger problem in the internal areas when compared to the external surfaces, wherein the damages are more manageable. In the case of the internal corrosions, the damages can be caused very surprise and a significant damage to the asset. And because these traditional methods try to work against the nature by trying to keep the oxygen and moisture away, as a result, they are highly susceptible for failure. Wherever there is any location wherein this particular production was not 100% effective, naturally the nature takes over and then the corrosion starts. Once the corrosion starts at one location, then it tends to propagate, grow even below the protective films, whether like grease or a paint, etc. Below the film, the corrosion can grow and propagate without being seen by others until this becomes very severe. So under these conditions, we have research and then identified a set of technologies which could help the client to get rid of these problems. Okay, the limitations of the traditional technologies or the solutions. And the objective of this particular webinar is to share such knowledge with the clients so that each one of you is able to adapt these technologies or these solutions in your in protecting your assets. As a result, you have a highly reliable and available drilling rig, which when it is deployed into the contract, it never fails. It continuously earns the dollars for the clients. That's the objective. And with this, let us move on to the latest set of the technologies available. The group of technology we have separated into can be separated into two categories. One is called as the restoration technologies. Means there is already some damage is there. From the damage, we want to recover it, okay, to bring it. So in this particular case, we have got the technology like rust removal technology, pickling and passivation technology to remove the existing corrosion. Then rust converter technology. This particular, instead of removing the rust, convert the rust into a preservative. And then metal building technology, where there is a local pitting, local crack, etc., to use it so that you don't have to replace the asset. Okay. Then descaling is for the heat exchanger, where the scales have formed and impacting the heat exchanger efficiency. The pipe internal linings are for where the pipe thickness have been significantly corroded, and so it is appropriate for us to prepare an internal lining in situ condition. So these are the set of technology which can help us to restore the condition of the asset to a better operating conditions. And then we have got the next set of technologies called as the preservation technologies. These are helping to preserve the asset in the current condition, so that or in the close to the current condition, so that during the entire service life of the asset, we don't have to repair or rework this particular part of the asset for corrosion or other deterioration reasons, which we are going to discuss. So one such and widely adapted technology is the advanced VCE technology. We are proud to say that this particular technology, what we are having and sharing, is the one which is, can offer the longest duration of protection. Even with one-time application, up to 20 years, 25 years, you don't have to re-preserve the item. Okay? This is one available. And this is particularly suitable for the bare metal surfaces or bare metal equipments to preserve them, both internally and externally. While there is there are some areas wherein this particular technology is not suitable, and in those technologies we go for the corrosion inhibitor technology. Okay, for example, in the seawater systems, the advanced we say doesn't work. So where we have got an alternate technology to protect the seawater piping, seawater pumps, filters, tanks, etc. from the corrosion. Okay, we are able to reduce the rate of corrosion to 0.013 mm. So the 3 mm corrosion allowance will last for more than 100 years, which is well beyond the life of any of the drilling rigs. So thereby you don't have to repair or rework the seawater system or its components. The same thing for the drinking water systems, potable water. We had seen the brown water to eliminate that kind of a brown water issues. And then the mold and mildew, what we had seen related to the fungus growth and the mold and mildew growth, we have got solutions to, okay, to prevent them, also to remove them. So this becomes a dual technology, both the restoration and the preservation technology. Then another area like the deck paintings where we had seen the epoxy paint tend to fail frequently, okay, and the corrosion develops below the paint film. We have got the single compound PU coating technologies. This technology, the paint film is very ductile. It doesn't crack easily due to the vessel movement like the epoxy film. As a result, we are able to assure a corrosion-free structure, corrosion-free deck for years and decades. Okay. And then we have got a set of the VCI paint coatings. These are the complete set of the products developed by us in collaboration with our partners, wherein we try to increase the life of the external protection of the VCI coatings by combining the durability of the paint coatings. So the VCI technology and the paint technology are married together so that this is able to stop the existing corrosion. At the same time, this is able to perform longer like a paint coatings. So these we have got both the water-based and the oil-based solutions for these applications. And then recently we have developed the ceramic internal coatings. This particular one is mainly for the valves and other systems wherein, like wherein they can, like a seawater system wherein the sea chest. But this one, of course, for offshore assets may not be a big issue. Wherever there is an erosion-related problems are there. In the piping, this ceramic internal coating we are able to provide for the valves and other parts, which are able to take care of both the corrosion cum erosion, so that the asset life is maintained as existing. Okay. With these set of technologies, okay, this is the one, as we said, the widely used for bare metal surfaces, what we call as advanced VCE preservation technology. This we can give a one-time application and a lifetime preservation. And here a word of caution: when we say VCA, all VCA are not the same. Okay, different products manufacturer have got different ingredients, and so there are some which react with aluminum and copper or bronze. Okay, so those kind of, but ours is a non-reactive with both metal and non-metal. That is one. There are some similar products are there in the market also from other competitors, but their products have got a limited span for preservation. Normally, they are able to guarantee only for 2 years, but wherein we are able to warranty for 20 years. That's a big difference for a asset owner like a drilling owner, drilling rig asset owner like you. Okay. So with this, I want to just indicate that currently the good point news is that we have a range of solutions to cover all the external surfaces, covering the various disciplines. For example, if you take about the external surface protection, whether it's a structural item or a mechanical item or a piping or equipment, there are a range of products making use of the technologies discussed earlier to keep those assets in good condition. Similarly, the restoration technology also, as we discussed, there is a set of products like the here rust remover, rust converter, etc. are available. Then during the process of manufacture, there are solutions like machining, degreasing solutions are available, which are usable on board the rig during the operation. Then the storage and the stopping, the storage and the shipping, transportation side, there also a set of solutions are currently available. Then we have got certain special products called, application products for which we are going to be shown. These are also using the technologies shown earlier to deliver an asset which is safe for the crew and also safe for the asset owner in terms of its, recovery and the earning capacity. Now there is a set of internal preservation solutions for various systems like mechanical piping, both for the non-oil based and oil based systems. Okay, so that For non-oil based means can be air, water, or gas for the different systems. Similarly, for the internal preservation of various electrical instrumentation also, a range of products are available, making use of the technologies just now we briefed. Okay? And coming to the specifics, okay, this is one of the items which is of current interest. Okay, to ensure that all the high touch points on board the rig are ensured that there is no germs, viruses, bacteria which can harm the crew. So for this, a low-cost, simple solution is available. By applying this, we are able to ensure that there is no damage to the health of the people who are taking care of the operation of the drilling rig and ensuring that it is able to generate revenue. And similarly, when you come to the non-metallic surfaces, okay, the metallic surface corrosion is well known. There are quite wide variety of products out there. When it comes to the non-metallic surfaces, the drilling rig clients have got very limited choice. And that is one of the area wherein we developed, this is based on a client request, we developed this product, okay, called as JMoldGuard Plus. This product is able to ensure that the drilling rigs remain mold and fungus free for years with just one-time application under high humidity conditions. Because of this solution, the client is able to eliminate the need for the dehumidifiers and need for running the air conditioning. Similarly, when you come to the surface corrosion in the deck structures, this is the type of the problem seen, and okay, and for which we recommend the products related to the rust converter and the rust remover. Mainly painted surfaces, it is appropriate to use the rust converter than the rust remover, so that the rust remover doesn't get below the paintful and get due to the capillary action and stay there. And this is a very successful example to show the difference between an epoxy paint and the PU coating product what we have discussed. Okay, before at the same time the epoxy and PU were applied, and at a later during the service when epoxy failed miserably like this and corrosion started on the piping, the PU coating continued to perform like this. And this one we are recommending to be applied in the locations wherein the epoxy paint film fails frequently. If the epoxy is providing the service like, say, you apply it stays there for 5 years, no problem, then can leave it as such. But wherever there is a failure of the epoxy and leading to the corrosion in those areas, locally we can use this PU coating, and this is compatible with the existing epoxy. So that way we don't have to completely remove in all the areas to replace with the PU coating. It can be locally repaired as a repair solution. And this is the one what we have discussed. You can ensure that your client, the crew morale is high. They never see a brown water in your system. And this is proven as one of the very cost-effective solutions when compared to replacing the carbon steel pipes with the stainless steel pipe. Because even when some of the client replaced it, the filters, valves, tanks, they continue to remain with carbon steel. As a result, they were having the problems. They were incurring higher costs. For drinking, they had to use bottled water and all. And this is a low-cost permanent solution to maintain the water in drinkable condition. And this is certified by MPA also that with our product additive, the water is suitable for drinking. When coming to the seawater corrosion, this is a major area of problem for our clients, wherein the seawater piping tend to be repaired after 4 years, 5 years of that operation. And this we are able to completely eliminate with this additive SWCA 101. This additive is able to bring down, as I said earlier, the rate of corrosion to 0.013 mm per year. So as a result, the corrosion allowance what is provided is more than adequate. Even at the time of the asset getting scrapped, the pipe will have adequate thickness. So never you will have to repair or replace. Not just the pipe, the corresponding tanks, and also the filters, the pumps, and all the other equipment in the entire system, the flow path of the seawater gets protected. As a result, this can save quite a lot of cost saving for the client. The other product what is available using the technology is for the external preservations called as Oil Shield 80. You can see by this, this is for wax-based, it forms a wax-based film to provide a long-term protection for the bare metallic surfaces. And similarly, this particular product on top of, there are other products like a Oil Shield 82 for the stainless steel surfaces, and also there is a for stacking in time. We use particularly for a cold stacking, we recommend to use the UV resistant VCA shrink film. This takes care of the weather protection and also the corrosion protection of the materials. And later we will be able to see how these products perform even after years of operations in the examples. The next one, what is highlighted is here is the Water Shield 25. This is used for preserving the empty tanks during the stacking time. Okay? So that this is able to ensure that until the rig is reactivated for a contract, all the tanks are remaining in the same good condition. And this particular one is done after washing the seawater tank. Freshwater tanks and all, no issue. If it's a seawater tank or a chemical tank, the tanks are given a free wash before preserving with this additive. This is in the form of a spray. And you can see even after 30 months of preservation, we are installing a corrosion monitoring coupon like this to enable a ongoing monitoring and assurance, which I said was not available in the traditional technologies. With this, you can see even after 30 months of the preservation, with the one-time preservation, the corrosion monitoring coupon remain in the same condition, showing that all the tank internals remain in the same condition without any further deterioration. The same way you can see there for the anchor winch preservation. This is for the normal warm stacking, and if it is required for the cold stacking, then we use the shrink film also. Here the advantage of this Oil Shield 87 is that this is able to penetrate through the wire strands. By penetrating, and thereby it is able to reach the core. When the grease can protect only the external and the water can reach the core and initiate the corrosion from the core, this oil is able to prevent such corrosion from the core of the wire ropes. This is the example what we discussed about the converting the rust into preservative, where it is hard to remove such rust. Also, it is particularly in an operating asset like a oil and gas platform, the sparks are not allowed. So that means we cannot do the power tools. So similarly, drilling rig when during the operation stage. So wherever the sparks are not allowed at that point of time, the rust converter will help to convert the existing rust into a primer, so that you can do a coating which will last for long, unlike coating directly onto the rusted surfaces. And these are the special applications. This is like a face mask. This is one of the products which I love because this one is very simple to apply, which provides multiple. This can be suitable for outdoor, for protecting the precision faces, as also to protect the parts which are having the stress corrosion issues. We had seen in many of the stainless steel piping, the straight pipe was okay, but the bends used to have the stress corrosion problems. In those cases, just by applying one coat of this VCA film, then the stress corrosion issue is eliminated, and this particular thing can be removed. Like in the case of the gasket faces or the fasteners, they want to remove, then this can be peeled off like a face mask, and then the part can be accessed. Then this is the other application of the winches. Okay, for this winches, what we are recommending using is that for the external application preservation, we are using the Oil Shield 80. Okay, for the bare metal surfaces to protect it with the wax coating. At the same time, for the internal preservation, we are using the Oil Guard Plus. This Oil Guard Plus is added to the lube oil systems and the hydraulic oil systems. Thereby, this protects this is offering a three-phase protection. You know, in all these tanks have got the breather valves, so the moisture can get in and out during the due to the temperature variations during the day and night. So the moisture inside condenses and forms a water pool at the bottom of the oil tank, and then the top aerated surface is exposed to the moisturous air. So these areas, both the water below the oil and also the moisture, the tank surface above the oil, all these can be taken care by this oil guard additive by forming a protective film, okay, on the metal surfaces, okay, above the oil film, between the oil and the metal tank, and also between the water and the metal tank. As a result, the tank and the pots are completely protected. The big advantage of this particular one is that when you have added this in the tank and when it circulates through the closed loop system, it is protecting not just the tank, it protects the piping, protects the filters, protects the pumps and all the equipments which is operated using this, okay, including the gears within the gearboxes or the crankshafts within the engines. All these are getting protected by this. By adding in one location, you are able to protect the entire loop. That is the big advantage of protecting user for the internal preservation additives, what we recommended. These technologies are able to provide a system-wise protection, unlike for external where it is a localized protection. The same way, there are solutions available for the fuel systems. Okay, for the fuel systems, you have got a fuel guard. For the cooling water systems and also the water-based, hydraulic fluids, we have got the water guard. These are some other examples of the application of this Oil Shield 80 to protect the assets. And this is an interesting area for the internals of the electrical and instrumentation items. This is one of the lowest cost known items as of now to protect the such internals. Thereby, it is able to eliminate, unlike the desiccants, what we were traditional technology we are using, desiccants absorb moisture, then saturated, you need to replace. Similarly, when we open the panel and close, moisture gets in. Since desiccants or a silica gel doesn't absorb them instantaneously. Instead, these VC-based, advanced VC-based emitters protect all the metal surfaces, okay, when during operation or during stacking. As a result, even when we open and close, when the moisture air gets in, that cannot touch the metal surfaces. So it provides an assured protection, unlike the desiccant or the other silica gels what we were using the traditional methods. Because in case of the cold layer, this is additionally protected with the stretch film which is containing VCA. That way it is able to provide a long-term protections until it goes for a reactivation. Whether 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, this is able to provide a protection irrespective of the durations. And the same way, similar principle of the VC emitter, there is a VC emitter panel, it is there. This is mainly for the control panels, because inside the control panels, we don't want to have the loose pieces. So there we are using the emitter panel gate, which are slotted in the slots which are available in the control panels. The same way this is applicable for the lighting fixtures, this internal emitter can do. So just with about 50 cents, you can protect the outdoor explosion proof the equipment costing thousands of dollars, because this ensures that there is no condensation inside. That condensation cannot initiate a corrosion at the contact points. As also we have got there is a product called ElectroClean. This particular product is suitable for the contacts, electrical contacts in the switch gears, ensuring that you clean the contacts at the same time, do not affect them electrically. This is another interesting product for the flange protection. Normally the gasket faces of the flanges are very sensitive parts where it can get easily damaged. Once it is damaged, then it requires a significant repair and rework. To eliminate such things, the flange dots can be used. These flange dots are enabled. These are suitable. There are during the blasting and painting, this will take care of the flange faces from getting damaged. Not only that, there are also similar flange dots are available to do using the pressure test. There during the pressure test also you can use such ones. They are called with the protection so that can withstand the hydro test pressure also. So that kind of the flange protections are available both during the construction or during the storage. This particular one for the drilling rig clients, it will be of interest during the storage of the flange pots in the warehouse or during the keeping the fabricated spools on board without corrosion. These are ideal to be used. And this is the the photo above. It shows the condition of a diesel tank. Okay, after about 4 months of leaving it inside the diesel after the pre-commissioning phase, and during the phase, the sulfur reducing bacteria have damaged the diesel quality, as also caused corrosion and the bacteria growth inside the diesel tank, for which there is a fuel guard solution is available. By adding this to the diesel, okay, you'll be able to ensure that the entire circuit of through which the diesel flows, right from the arrival point or the tank, diesel tank, to the day tank, piping, pumps, the entire system gets protected from the corrosion related problems. So the additive is used in different quantities, where it is a long-term layer is 2%, for an intermittent use like emergency generator 0.5%, and for the ones which are in continuous running like main engine kind of requirements, it will be recommended to be 0.1%. This is there to protect the total system free from corrosion. The same way, coming to that, in the oil and the fuel, in an operating asset, the clients are less concerned, less worried about the corrosion. But it is not the case in case of the water-based systems, whether there's a cooling water systems or a hydraulic fluids which are water-based systems. The corrosion is an issue, and more so is the aerated space of the systems. For this water guard additive is able to take care and provide the continuing protection both during operation and during stacking. Okay? And also for information, all these products, wherever these additives are there, you can see that they are tested for compatibility, proven that they are 100% compatible in terms of visibility, then not forming any reactions, and then not forming any sedimentations or floats. Only after proving that and keeping it for a period, these products are added so that the client is not in for a surprise at a later point of time. Okay. And not only that, also as we can see later, these compatibility tests are being monitored in our lab for an extended period of time, like years, on an ongoing basis, so that anytime client wants to have an idea of the item, how it was preserved, what would be the condition, we are able to show how the condition continued to be. So for the various drilling rig projects for which the samples were taken, we are still monitoring. Some cases even after the client has reactivated the vessel, because those cases we are monitoring to know the long-term impact of this, if any. Okay, and I'm happy to say that even after about 2.5 to 3 years of the monitoring, we have found that all the additives are performing as predicted or as required, and they have not caused any contamination of the fluids, whether it's a cooling water system or a lube oil system or a hydraulic oil system or a hydraulic fluid system. None of them have been caused any contamination or a reaction, and they are performing as planned. And now this is the, for the entire system for the oil guard plus what we were discussing earlier for the lube oil and the hydraulic oil systems. And this is like a room sprayer. We have got a similar principle to spray the DC vapor, which is non-toxic and non-hazardous kind of this vapor to fill up the enclosed areas and protect all the exposed metals. For example, in the control room, when it is down, when it is stacked, okay, instead of using the dehumidifier, which requires the continuous power supply, fuel, and monitoring, these solutions enable a complete sealing and a zero power on board kind of a stacking is possible. The next coming the packaging solutions, which are more appropriate for the drilling rig clients when you buy some items and then transporting and delivering to your drilling rigs, and also when you are storing these items on board the drilling rigs for use at the later point of time. So there are different products, packaging products are there. So depending upon the nature of the requirement, wherever there is a local condensation or a high value items are there, they are covered with the VC paper before wrapping with the VC plastic. Because here any spot condensation will be absorbed by the paper so that there will be no spot corrosion on the product. At the same time, where the other items, we are able to use the stretch films to have a total protection or the cover of the panels and the equipments to protect the new moisture from entering in and then protecting the internals as in the existing conditions. These wrappings are used during the stacking conditions. During the operating conditions, these are used only for the spare parts which are not in use. Similarly, for the workshop on board, the degreasing is one of the good solutions because it does 2-in-1. After degreasing, normally the flash stress will come. These solutions enable the prevention of the flash stress and keep the product for long until it is put to use. This is another interesting thing. You could see that when the rig is stacked, normally many of the people do not care about the non-metallic parts. Okay, whether it's the electric cable or the hydraulic hoses or other rubber parts or even the life-saving equipment, because they think that they are meant to be outdoor. Yes, I agree that they are meant to be outdoor, but they are meant to be outdoor during a producing, because there is a UV impact on all these plastics and the rubber. So if these are exposed during the operation of the asset, it is meant for it, and by then it is earning. But during the stacking time, when it is not producing or yielding any contribution, then the continuous UV radiation will impact its service life, which will require a later repair or replacement during the service life of the rig. To avoid that, for the stacking case time, we use the UV resistant stretch films to wrap and protect the non-metallic surfaces so that the assets are maintained in the same condition. Before stacking, what was the condition of the pipes, hoses and the non-metallic materials? The same condition is being maintained after the stacking period when the vessel is getting reactivated. And here are some examples of the performance. For example, you can see these are taken on board after the 18 months of the preservation when we had done for the inspection, how it is still protecting without any corrosion. And similarly 80, 82, these are the ones which are showing an example. And this is to show an example for this is basically a lab test for the Water Shield 25. This already you had seen in the tanks itself after 18 months of the operation, how the tank is getting preserved. And this is a recent example from one of our clients, which we had preserved about 32 months earlier, okay, in Southeast Asia. The shrimp film is still in good intact condition, okay. And but this one, even though it is warranted for 12 months, it has performed up to 32 months because this area, the UV radiation was less, the damage due to UV is lesser. But normally, depending upon the location of the places, because the places like Houston, Texas, wherein we had a very high intensity of the UV radiation, normally we recommend to replace it after 1 year or not at least after 2 years. After 1 year, you start to monitor when it's a time, then after 2 years, it is better to replace it. Similarly, you can see after 8 months of the preservation of a engine area using the oil guard, you can see that there is no speck of rust or a corrosion in the entire parts inside, because this corrosion monitoring coupon is a carbon steel piece which is a representative. So if there is going to be a moisture, this is going to corrode first before the other forged or machined parts start to corrode. So that way we try to keep it as a test and to prove that the entire system is remaining preserved internally. And this is to show the examples of those compatibility analysis and how the additive continue to perform in the same way without any impact on the oil properties and the oil's performance. Here, for example, diesel system additive, the fuel guard additive, even after 26 months, it remains the same. But as we know, most of cases, this diesel is consumed during this period. The same case for the hydraulic fluid, which is a water-based one. We had added a water guard, and this provided after 6 days of the preservation. Still, it is in the same good condition. No sedimentation, no color change, and no separation. Similarly, for the oil guard, which is an oil additive, for the lube oil and the hydraulic oil, the same performance of after 6 days. These were the live examples from the various drilling rigs which we had preserved earlier. And of course, we added a set of the clients, which we have provided the service and continuing to provide our service to them. And this to show the set of other asset owner clients to whom we are providing this. And with this solutions, just I would like to talk about Deva PS as a company briefly before we conclude this webinar. Unlike the other parties wherein somebody will do the recommendation, somebody will supply the material, somebody else will do the preservation. In Deva, based on our experience in Deva management as an asset owner representative, we have created a vertically integrated solution, which is called as a integrated project preservation solutions. And here we take care of the diagnosis and the preservation recommendations. We take care of the supply of the preservation materials, then supervision of the preservation works if they are carried out by client's crew or their client's team, or where it is required like stacking or layer, we also provide our own technicians and the engineers to execute the preservation works. Then for the once it is completed, we provide a very detailed documentation for the preservation activity, what was done on board, so that the client is able to refer at any point of time in the future. It normally runs in hundreds of pages with the photographic evidences. And if the client requires the class certification, like from ABS, DNV, and other parties, for this, that also we are able to arrange on a cost plus basis for the preservation what we have done. And after completing this, we don't leave it. We offer the ongoing monitoring service also. That way, we are able to offer the continued assurance to the client during the monitoring inspections, depending upon the asset, whether once in 3 months or once in 6 months or annual. When we do this inspection, these again photographic evidences are created to compare with the pre-preservation, post-preservation, and current condition on an ongoing basis, so that the team which is based in the head office will be able to look at the report to see how the asset condition is maintained in a remote part of the world. Okay, and with this also we would like to highlight that we are ready to serve globally, anytime, anywhere. So wherever your assets are, we are ready to go there and take care of it on your behalf and provide the required preservation solutions so that you can have a assured, preserved asset, so which will be readily available when you have a contract opportunity to be deployed. Similarly, if your rig is already operating, we are able to provide these services so that your rig continue to operate without any downtime during the operation, so that you do not lose any revenue during the contract period. Okay. These are some of the cost comparisons to show that when we set the low cost solution, how low cost it is. This is to show, and this is based on published data which we had received from the Pacific Drilling's publications. They had, when for a typical drill ship, and operating cost. They are maintaining, it costs about $178,000 a day, and the traditional stacking was costing them about $75,000 a day, which they were using some smart stacking methodology they developed to bring down the cost for $40,000 a day. When compared to that, we are able to offer the same reservation conditions and the for the condition of the asset at just $3,000 a day. So like this, you can see we are able to ensure that the rig is ready to be reactivated anytime, as they were maintaining with the $40,000 a day. With the $3,000 a day, at the same time we could bring down the cost by about 1/10. I know that this is the condition very tough for the drilling rig asset owners because of that rates and the significant low utilization of the assets. So we are here to be your partner for the long haul. We are meaning that we are not here for just for doing one activity and disappear. We would like to be your corrosion consultant and corrosion solution provider for the entire service of your assets. And towards that, we are ready to develop the new solutions as we have developed in the past based on the client requirements when the current existing technologies and solutions are not adequate enough. And with this, we show the traditional versus the advanced technologies cost savings. And then I come to the conclusion session, wherein we would like to highlight that the drilling rigs can be maintained without repair or rework due to corrosion during the entire service life, even if it is a seawater system. Okay? Because basically many of the engineers, even myself before the exposure to this technology, were resigned to the fact that if it's carbon steel, it will rust. Okay? If it is a metallic one, there will be corrosion. We were, like people are currently telling that, learn to live with corona. Like that, all of us we had learned to live with corrosion and rust in the past, but no more it is required. Like we had, in the other pandemics, eliminated such cases. We have got the technologies for the eliminating the corrosion completely and eliminating the associated repair and rework on the service life. Then next, the latest technology doesn't mean that it will be more expensive than the traditional one. So these can help to reduce your cost of the asset ownership very significantly during the operation of your assets. All the operating assets in the field, here is what we are offering: a package, a pre-agreed package of minimum guaranteed minimum of 10% of the savings in your maintenance cost. Okay, where we are willing to partner with the clients and offer them this package so that your maintenance cost is saved by us a minimum of 10%. If it is more saving is there, then we try to work out on an incentive mechanism wherein we share the benefits. Okay, and similarly, the stacking cost need not always be in millions, as it used to be when I initially started. The clients usually they paid $1 million, and which we could bring down to 250,000. Now we are able to offer stacking solutions in a wide cost range, right from 25,000 to 750,000, depending upon the scope and type of the assets. But at the end of the day, what we want to deliver is that value to the client. That value is, if you spend $1 today, you must save at least $10 at the time of reactivation. Okay, or the same way during the operation. So with this principle, we are working to be your long-term partners, and we look forward to hear from you your problems and so that we could work with you to solve them and enable you to survive this crisis in a better condition. Really, I appreciate the time spared by every one of you. I hope that the questions, the presentation was clear enough. And if there are queries, always kindly feel free to write to this address, enquiry@prismametals.com. We'll be happy to revert with the solution for your problems. Thank you very much.